Welcome to ZM Facts. Today we follow the latest facts about New Zealand from around the world, and you are definitely in the right place to know some of the most interesting things about this country. New Zealand has a rich and interesting history spanning centuries, from numerous wars to eventual lasting peace. Let's take a look at some interesting facts about New Zealand. Country to see the sunrise. Let's start with a controversial topic, because those in the know may know that Samoa is technically the first country to welcome the new day. But due to the curvature of the Earth, the North Island town of Gisborne on the East Coast is the #1 place to watch the sunrise. It's a great place to visit, especially on New Year's Eve, if you're party-loving as it really gets going. Other than that, it's a good idea to check off your to-do list, and the East Coast is a great place to visit. God Bless the Queen is the official national anthem of New Zealand. And nobody on our team knows it, but England's God Bless the Queen was New Zealand's first national anthem. Zealand, in fact, we are one of only 2 countries in the world with more than one, the other being Denmark. Our most famous national anthem, God Bless New Zealand, became only the second national anthem by request with the Queen's blessing in the 1970s. It's not an exaggeration at all, but if you're attending a special royal event, you might hear God Save the Queen. One of New Zealand's most glorious facts is that it's first country to give women the right to vote in 1893. Thanks in large part to Kate Shepherd, a leading figure in the women's suffrage movement. His effort to collect 30,000 signatures for Parliament led to the introduction of universal suffrage, which we can see on our $10 bill. Also, we were the first country to have women in the top 3. They are Helen Clark, Prime Minister, Mrs. Sylvia Cartwright, Governor, and Sian Elias, Chief Justice. Kiwis has an excellent track record in very large and small fields. The fact that we were the first to conquer Everest and the first to discover a proton proves it. The 2 New Zealanders responsible for the earlier attack were, of course, Sir Edmund Hillary and Sir Ernest Rutherford. Interestingly, they are often mistaken for Brits, but even Kiwis. They also have the honor of appearing on our $5 and $100 bills, respectively. Taumato akatangi, hanga ko'oa wa automatia, pokuenu akadinatapu. This epic word is actually the name of a 300-meter-high hill in beautiful Hawke Bay. What makes it special, as you might have guessed, is that it is the oldest place name of any English-speaking country in the world. Place names contain 0 syllables, perfect for practicing impressing the locals. If it's a bit out of your reach, you can use its acronym Taumata. The land of volcanoes, some would say New Zealand sits in a rather precarious spot on the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire. Several of these are listed as still active, including the famous Mount Ruapehu, also known as Mount Doom in The Lord of the Rings. Also, our largest city, Auckland, is located in a vast volcanic field of some 53 volcanoes. But don't worry, because the last eruption of the volcano was about 500 years ago, and it is very unlikely that it will erupt again. The clearest water in the world. People often talk about our pristine landscapes and clear waters, which are not only beautiful, that's really it. Blue Lake in Nelson Lakes National Park currently holds the record for the clearest water in the world. It should be noted that its visibility is up to 80 meters. The Maori name is Rotomerwenio, which means Lake of Peace. Bugs are huge in New Zealand. If you're a bit of a skunk or have a phobia of scary creatures, New Zealand might not be for you. This is because our insects are used to being large. One of our best examples is the theta, the world's largest knee-eared insect, loves carrots and weighs 70 grams. The other is the Poelophantus snail, which feeds on earthworms, which it inhales through its mouth, weighs 90 grams and can live up to 20 years. In addition to large insects, there was a time when our birds were also very large. No, we're not talking about our kiwis. We are talking about mole and host eagle. Mole is a huge flightless bird. The largest species reaches a height of 3.6 meters and weighs 230 kilograms. The only predatory species of mole, apart from humans, is the amazing host eagle, the largest living falcon, weighing 15 kilograms, with a wingspan of over 2.5 meters and an attack speed of 80 kilometers. Dolphins of New Zealand, not that, are as great as our achievements. Our animals are too big or too small, in the latter case. Hector's dolphin, closely related to Maui's dolphin, is believed to be the smallest dolphin in the world at 1.5 meters. These beautiful creatures with rounded dorsal fins in shades of white, gray, and black are also very friendly. So much so that you can swim with them in the hidden gems of Akaroa. Take your wonderful experience with you on your next trip. Lots of cars. Speaking of driving, cars are popular in New Zealand too. It's not 9-to-1 people, but they estimate that 2.5 million cars on the road. Considering there are only about 5 million people, that's pretty low. This car has always been the best choice in New Zealand. The roads are good, the scenery is beautiful, and you are free to go where you want. Cheese and butter range already mentioned the scale of cultivation in New Zealand, which means two very things. Cheese and butter. Crazy amount chapter what crazy? Well, New Zealand produces the equivalent of 100 kilograms of butter and 65 kilograms of cheese per year per person in New Zealand. They are appreciated and exported to countries all over the world, which is a good thing because we can never do it alone. Always been a huge fan of the New Zealand Star Wars films, as evidenced by our passionate involvement over the years. However, our commitment does not end here. In the 2001 New Zealand census, over 50,000 New Zealanders listed their religion as grandfather. This made it the second highest religion in the country at the time and the most populous in the world. As for the Force, we are all bound by the ring in the world of The Hobbit. Unless you live somewhere in an actual county town, you'll know that the Lord of the Rings trilogy was filmed in New Zealand by Sir Peter Jackson. It was a massive project that involved 275 days of shooting in 150 locations and 300 sets. The strange fact here is that we have a Lord of the Rings minister in government. The minister's main responsibility is to ensure that we take advantage of the tourism opportunities that the film offers. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. Please subscribe and press bell notification for future videos.